Hey everybody, it's me again. Sorry about the little gap, but I'm on the ground too. We're all going through it right now, so me too. Uh, Thanks for coming back to Walking in Shadow. Of course, I'm Jason. It's good to see you. Um, I'm happy because I've made some decisions. I know I switch it up a lot, but I'm gonna guess that probably things are changing a lot for you too. So just maybe cut me some slack. Um, today's video is intuition versus ego, and I'm gonna share with you an actual example about how intuition is always right. Let me say, my intuition is always right. I only have my own perspective to go off of, so let's just get to it here. I've got this card, and we saw it in the last video. This one right here, where it was in the dark, the mask on. I'm going to do that again. But this card right here, let me tell you something about this card. This card has been following me for a long time. Now, of course, I'm going to assume that a good percentage of you, I don't know what percentage, but let's say a lot of you use cards or some form of divination. And that divination only works by intuition. Mathematically, of course, it's certainly possible that this card just happened to show up every time I was trying to face this issue of mine, okay? It's a big issue. Just to remind you, this card is about sacrifice. Sacrificing a part of yourself in order to, for a greater gain, by giving a part of yourself away. Okay? Alright, just remember that. Now, the point being is that while I know that it'd be a long time before I see $1 out of YouTube, I still just, because I don't really have an income right now, I do my best to try to build something, But, so I was going off of the fact that the first video I did about dealing with negative entities and my purging and the warrior business and all that, it's got to go, I've been thinking like maybe in the future, if enough people were interested, I could do like a Patreon or something like that, and we could do the warrior stuff over there. But the energetic flow, or the light codes, or whatever you want to call them, that I get, it's been the same answer for a long time, much longer, as long as like many years. I can't even, many years, like more than 10. There's been this thing where, of course, when I was just all out warrior and all of that, it was a very powerful and exciting time. But it did come to an end. As much as I want to relive the glory days, which, that's pretty typical for somebody my age, you want to do that. But especially because of the energetic shift. Um, I can't, you know. What I'm going to be doing from now on is continuing the shadow work, but for healing, because that's what it is for, and that's what needs to be done. Because ultimately, the global frequency is not going to rise by knocking out little baddies here and there. It's going to rise by each individual shedding that unconscious trauma in order to literally rise themselves. So that's what's going to be. I hope you'll still watch because I've got a lot to talk about. And I just feel better about it. I mean, but the point is about intuition versus ego is because, I mean, it's very hard, or it was, I guess, until today. But it's very hard to just let go of something. To let go of something that means a lot to you for a greater purpose. And I'm telling you, when I first made the website, which is defunct now, but that's fine. But when I first started to get the vibe that this needed to happen, when the intuition started to happen, hardcore, it really just threw my life into shambles. But I had no choice. I had to do it. If I had just done what I'm doing now, then who knows? But I chose this life. I chose the circumstances prior. So this is really like a win for me that I'm actually doing the thing. So many things exist in your life. I'll say in our life, because it's me too. So many things exist that just sit under the surface, undetected, or detected just in quiet moments or in, you know when, because you know what I'm talking about, each one of you in your own way. Things that, you know, like I thought, and that's the thing I thought, that's ego. I thought that, you know, well, what am I supposed to do when all I know is combat and purging entities and assorted badassery? Well, I just do what comes naturally, because that is what comes naturally. When it comes down to it, the greatest things that I do involve healing people and helping them work through their pain. And because I've suffered just about every way you could suffer. And here I am, you know. And I think would have broken lesser people. Not lesser, nobody's lesser, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just took an enormous amount of mental and emotional fortitude to not just crumble. And I'm not going to. Even now, where I have nothing going on financially, and every time I try to get a job, it just fails because this is the way. You know, I'm going to have to find a way to make that work for me and pay bills that way. But right now, it's not. But it's okay, because ultimately, beyond realms of money or whatever, I feel good. You know, I feel like this is what I ought to be doing. So I'm going to figure that out, and that's all we're going to talk about from here out. Like I said, if people are into it, or if anybody comments ever about anything. There's been a few comments, which I appreciate. But, when there's more interaction, if anybody's actually interested in all that business, we can certainly find a way to do that. Like I said, Patreon, or I don't know, some way, just to do the warrior stuff over there. You're going to find that like I said before, it's thought versus feeling. The mind is a wonderful thing, but we're programmed from an early age to believe that everything that we take in and understand is just in the mind, and that's not the case at all. Actually, the gut is quite a reservoir of intuition, the gut feeling. So if that's the case, man, I gotta be super intuitive. I know that's not what it means, but it's funny. Then it's the heart, which I've talked about before. The vulnerability, spark that. And I'm definitely understanding things from a love perspective now that I didn't before. I just didn't. I thought I did. I did. I didn't. The ego that has been constructed and crafted since the day you were born is you, but it's not. It's your identity. It's your persona. It's everything that everybody has told you you are, and you believe it. So, everybody says I'm this, and everybody says I'm that. Everybody decides this or that, and that's what I am. It's not, but, that's what ego is. It's a bunch of thinking. It's a persona program that you're wearing, a mask. And I'm not saying just take it off and just do whatever. I've said to just do whatever it is in your heart, but whatever that is, it probably doesn't require some just total abandon. But if it does, it does. Everybody's journey is different. There's no way, even if any one of you, I spent every waking moment with you for the next 20 years, I wouldn't know you like you know you. Only you know the answers. All I'm trying to do is help you navigate that. I've always preferred to deal with people in person, but that doesn't really work right now because really I can't afford the gas. And I don't know all of you, maybe I should, I don't know. But nevertheless, like when I first started the website, this card came up. Every single time that I have approached that, feeling or a linear time event has occurred that has a crossroads in it, this comes up every time. I want it to go back in the deck. Okay? I understand now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I understand. I'm doing it. So just maybe go in the deck and just hang out for a while. Maybe let me see another card I haven't seen in a minute. How about that? So we'll see. But whatever you subscribe to, besides my channel, shameless plug, but whatever you subscribe to that that tells you what's going to be happening in the next, say, 3 to 5 years, is right for you. And that's it. But that's what matters. Um, it's important now more than ever to really get a little introspective. I mean, that's just my jam. That's what I've been doing regardless. But it needs to happen, because the only way that we're going to ascend is if we all do. And I don't mean we, the global population of Earth, but enough of the souls that are awakening or advanced or whatever they are. You know, the people watching this video, okay, let's just do it that way. You guys need to start turning that gaze inward, because there are things about you that you don't tell anybody. You might not even really tell yourself. You need to find those things. One excellent way, I would say, is to turn everything electronic off. You don't have to go out in nature. I know it's cold right now. I mean, maybe when it's warmer, but it doesn't matter. Anywhere you need to be, like in this room. Earlier, everything was off, and I just sat here. And I didn't try to deviate. I just listened to myself and pulled a card. There he was. Your ego, your persona, is going to get in the way every single time. That's what it's done to me. I'm no better. But that's what will happen. The closer you get to whatever it is you really want to do, your ego will feel its own mortality, will understand that it's not number one, like its job is to, self-preservation and be number one. When that starts to go away, it starts to pull every little trigger inside you that only you know about. I mean, it knows you because it is you. It's enough you. It's been you for this long. It knows all of your tells, all of your everything, all your lies, your truths, your sins, your glories, everything. So, in a lot of ways, you're just going to have to go do things you don't want to do. In my case, I don't say I don't want to do it, but everything real to me, everything substantial to me, has always led back to sharing knowledge and healing others. My methods are not normal. Good. They work great for me, and I'm sure they're going to work for you too. But whatever it is that you have inside of you needs to start to emerge, because the way the frequencies are running, it's gonna anyway. So the more that you start to remove those blocks, the easier that happens. If you don't, it's just gonna rip out. Nobody wants that. So I'll try not to go just run off into tangent time. I'll just say the channel is going to go in a healing mode now, because that's what we need. That's what I need. That's what you need. That's what we all need. I I've got the stuff to do it. Let's do it. I love every one of you.